Warning, Prospect Watch is not your average hockey podcast, and that's okay with us. Our goal is to introduce you to stars in the making from all over the world. They may not be household names yet, but we assure you they will be soon enough. Welcome to Prospect Watch. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Prospect Watch, where we focus on some of the greatest talent in the world today. And folks, today we got a very, very special guest with us today. Like, we always have special guests in here with us at Prospect Watch, but on this one, we have a real special guest here. We got Mike Warrino joining us, who is, how do I put this, an NCAA guru when it comes to hockey? Would you look, yeah, I'll take that, guru. Yeah, all right, yeah. But what I wanted to do here on the show today is I wanted to cover over the NCAA because the Frozen Four is getting ready to heat up here and we're getting real close. And teams are now getting into that position where they're jockeying for positions to make it to those regional finals here so that we can start narrowing it down to get to the Frozen Four. So teams are now vying for those things. Tournaments are being played, things of that nature. And I wanted to bring Mr. Warreno in here because he was highly recommended by a great friend, Mr. Perlo Wisdom. And after talking with Mike, I got to tell you, folks, we only bring top-notch people here to Prospect Watch, and that's why Mike's on the show. So, Mike, thank you very much for joining us, man. Thank you very much. Welcome to Prospect Watch.
Ron, I appreciate the intro. Everyone, I appreciate you guys letting me come on. I think NCAA Guru is a fair statement. It's a light year for me. I'm only at game 44. This time last year I was at game 51. So I don't miss a game. It's very and simple. I do not miss a game.
For sure. But I just wanted to say thank you very much for coming on here and talking some NCAA hockey. I like to be able to cover the aspects of the game that I know that you're going to have some deep knowledge of, and I really appreciate you joining us, man.
All right, no, so anytime you guys want to talk hockey, this is an honor for me to be on. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, you came highly recommended by Perlo Wisdom. Perlo is a great friend of the show. We do Puck and Deep. Got to go check that out with Lyle Richardson. We usually do that with him, him and Perlo. Got to go check that out for sure. Hop on over to the YouTube channel and be sure to get that checked out. But just talking with you and getting kind of a feel for kind of how you look at things, I wanted to kind of throw some stuff at you here. Teams are now qualifying for the Frozen Four, and we kind of are on the consensus here that we think Michigan kind of, I mean, they are the number one ranked team. They're pretty much going to be the team to beat then for this year.
They should be. I think they've got a top five goalie. He's Ivan Matrokov. He is back from injury. Last few weeks definitely was hairy. But no, he's definitely back from his injury. I look at a team like Michigan State as well at number two that actually scares me. A few years back, people were saying, "Oh, Michigan State was head and shoulders number one. Michigan had to win their way in." Michigan themselves went 2-5 against Michigan State. Just that second win was in the round of 8. That second round of the tournament. But what had happened to Michigan that year, they lost to Ohio State in the Big Ten tournament. Yesterday, Michigan State just lost to Ohio State in the Big Ten tournament. So, yeah, 3-2 in overtime. Buckeyes with a huge comeback.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay, was not expecting that at all.
I'm putting that I am someone that believes in history repeating themselves. So as much as Michigan should be the team to beat this tournament, it pains me to say this because the Wolverines are my favorite team.
Okay.
Grew up in a blue house. It is very much. A guy who lives in Boston. My homer team is indeed the Wolverines. pains me to say this, but based off history, I believe Sparty actually is going to have a better run.
Okay.
And it pains me to say that.
I'm with you. I trust me. I know how hard it is to take off the blue and put on the green. I get it. All right. No, no, no. I understand. Okay, right. Because my eyes are blue as well. Because I'm my the team that I very much like to root for has got their butt handed to them by that Michigan team. They got ran over basically. Like it wasn't even. It just seemed like Penn State was just playing at a different. They spent more time down in Penn State's end. Michigan did. Spent more time down in Penn State's end, even though Penn State was leading in shots on goal for a portion of the game, and then Michigan kind of took over that and then led. But it's not like Penn State was just basically sitting back. It's just the fact that I think that Michigan was pressing so hard and so much throughout that whole game, and I got to be honest with you, a three Prospect Watch alums played in that game, and Malcolm Spence. Yeah, baby. That kid's got it going on. I mean, he's got the size, he's got the speed, he's got the shot, he can skate, right? Come on, man. That dude was rocking in that game. Okay, all right, I'm sorry. I like to phone over Prospect Watch alums, Malcolm Spence, Prospect Watch alum. So,
Supposed to.
what's that?
Supposed to.
Yeah. Right? You're supposed to. So, okay, now let's back away a little bit. Now we saw that okay, the Michigan teams potentially are kind of the ones that everybody's kind of grabbing for, gunning for. But then you also mentioned that other team that's from Ohio, right? That yeah, right. That Ohio State team. And man, every year they just seem to put out a team, that just is right there. Just last year they were right there and then they dropped off, right? But this year they're right there and they're not dropping off. Okay? So talk to me about Ohio State. Why you think maybe they might be the wrench in the works there for the whole Michigan flag state thing taking over?
I will go back and say on October 5th, I do, for everyone who doesn't know, I have my own podcast and we talk college hockey. On October 5th, my fourth team in the Frozen Four was the Ohio State Buckeyes. And the reason I said that, last year against BU, they were winning 3-1 and
Yeah.
decided, wait, we have 25 draft picks on this team. We should go beat this Ohio State team, and decided that's when we're going to play hockey. Um, they got BU got a very generous call from the officials. Ohio State, I'll say it, Ohio State got screwed. And believe me, I definitely didn't want Ohio State winning that game. BU capitalized on that power play, scored 5 straight, and it was over.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But a lot of Ohio State returned. Like they had, I think, 14 or 15 returners. And that's why this year I'm like, Ohio State's a sneaky Frozen Four. Obviously, 10-win season was not what we were expecting out of the Buckeyes, at least not for me.
No. 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 No.
Not
I
did regular season, in the regular season, they stole a game against Michigan. They stole a game against Penn State. They just came back and beat Michigan State at Michigan State. Now they're going to go play in the Big Ten title. So, like, they are a team that needs a win to be in.
yeah.
Michigan has enough points in their NPI, or for those that don't know the old pairwise, that if they lose, they're still the number one seed in the country. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're playing for pride, but ultimately, all right, we lost. We're still number one.
Yeah.
It's still going to go through us.
Wow. Yeah.
And Ohio State, you're like, well, wait a minute. It's lose or go home.
I'm
And
still winning.
they're winning. And I thought this Ohio State team had Frozen Four potential. And I'll stand by it. If they beat my Wolverines, I will cry. Let's be very clear. I will cry. It's always a sad day when blue loses to red.
Okay. It's a sad day when any team loses to red.
Yes.
Any blue or green, any team that loses to red. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay. We're on the consensus that Ohio State is clearly the enemy here. I get it.
Um,
No, I'm just kidding. No, seriously, I'm just kidding. That's not the truth.
no, but if they won, it actually would be. I saw a thing where they'd be the 13 seed,
Yeah.
and that 13 would play Minnesota Duluth, and I actually think it's a great matchup for the Buckeyes, speed wise, not skill wise.
Yeah.
Duluth
Yeah.
skill
Because that, yeah.
brothers, but I'm like, holy crap! Like this Ohio State team actually could do something this tournament if they get through Michigan, and so watch out for the Buckeyes. They've got a great guy in net. They've got I think they're the fastest team in their front six. I think they have the most speed. I don't think they have the most skill.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Wise, speed
Okay.
kills. So that's why I believe in them.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it makes sense to do that very thing because when you're able to punch the big guys and give them a black eye, you have to stand up and respect that, you know. And with them bringing back as many of those guys as they did from last year, I mean, okay. Um, the team that I think for me is going to be North Dakota. And they're just scary good. Like,
Eight draft picks on that team. They lost
okay,
for portal. Let's be clear. They lost four in the transfer portal.
right, but still, that's man. Okay, we're gonna see the reemergence of North Dakota.
I hope so.
Um,
I hope
yeah,
so.
yeah. Um, by the way, thank you all very much for checking out the latest Prospect Watch show where we interviewed uh, a alum from North Dakota that learned under Dave Hackstall, which was Colton Sinclair, the head coach of the Muskegon Lumberjacks. And we talked a little bit about that run that they had there in his last season. He played 10 games in that game, and they won the championship that year. And it's nice to see North Dakota back in relevance again because man, that is such a great program up there. You know what I mean? Doesn't really matter who's coaching. It's just a great program. It's a great facility. That's I like seeing North Dakota back up in there. Uh, Surprised that I'm not seeing the usual suspects like the Minnesotas, like the I'm not seeing anybody from your neck of the woods. I mean, you got Providence up there. You know, what are they, fifth, right? And Quinnipiac is seventh. Okay, so I mean that's very respectable. You know what I mean? They're trying to punch their ticket too. You know what I mean? But you're not seeing the Bostons. You're not seeing the BUs and the BCs and what's up with that?
I'll say, I'll start with Providence. I want to give them credit. They have zero dressed seniors. Their only senior that was playing, Svedbark, he tore his ACL. He was their,
Oh,
he played 1.8 seconds his senior day game. Um, and Parsons has really picked up the pace. Sim
wow.
also has picked up the pace for them. So they have zero dressed seniors. So to be as well as they are, it's mind boggling. Also,
Wow.
that only six guys are drafted, and their NHL teams have said you're going to do 3 years. So watch out for the Friars. I will say I think the youth will get them this year in the tournament. I think the moment's going to be too big. I hate saying that, but next
But
year,
yeah, you got to go through that though 1 year though, don't you, Mike? You got to have that year where you learn what it's like to be there at the dance. You might not win, but you get that experience so that you're that much more hungrier for it the next year, you know. Yeah.
I will say for you mentioned BU, um, bad leadership. I will stand on Jay Pendoffel, amazing coach. He went to the Frozen Four 4 times as a player, three so far as a coach. This is his fourth year coaching. BU will not make it.
Right.
And when I look at that team, it's a lot of insane talent. I think talent wise, they're the most talented team in the country. You can call me a homer, it's fine.
Hmm.
Oh, chemistry together. It's look what I can do with the puck. And I look at their captains McCarthy and Iserman, insane players. I don't see them coming back next year. I'll be stunned. But they're they got I like the chippiness. I like the, I don't want to say punkiness, but like that attitude on the ice, like the tough guy. Like I think you need that in today's game. But as a captain, it's kind of hard to do that. Like the Brad Marchand, great player. I didn't think he was a great captain. And I look at you have two Brad Marchands as your captains. It causes a problem. I've seen Eiserman sincerely rip his helmet off, throw it at a goalie, and then look at the ref. Go, why did I get a penalty? Like, well,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
use your helmet as a weapon, and that's gonna stay on your chest. So I respect Jay for letting the players vote. I'm someone that always believes players should vote for who they want captain. I think it's the locker room that's messing up BU. I'm going to hop on the green line now and go to BC. For those that don't know, Boston University, Boston College, massive rivalry, and only 3 train stops away from each other.
Oh.
The coach, Mr. Brown, I have an issue with. Most recently, I was at BC 2 weeks ago, and James Higgins, 7th overall pick in his most recent draft, was out there
Yep.
for 2.5 minutes. BU ices the puck. BC changes 4 guys. It is 2-1 with 12 minutes to go in the second, and you change 4 out of 5 skaters. James Higgins had a 4-minute and 41-second shift in a 2-1 hockey game. Get that kid off the ice. He's great. He's exhausted. He has no legs.
Wow. You don't even see that for guys in the bigs.
No,
4.5 minute shift. Are you kidding?
it wasn't a power play. It's 5-on-5 the entire time.
Wow.
And he had 2 breaks second half of that shift. And I'm like, some people are like, how can he not score? I'm like, how is this kid standing?
You know,
It was
like,
like
see,
the worst wrist shots I've ever seen in my life, but the kid's
wow.
exhausted. And I'll go back
Okay.
to last year's game against Bentley in the first round of the tournament. You never should have shortened your bench up to 2 lines.
Yeah.
When you played Denver, those 2 lines had no legs. And Coach Carlson, for those of you that follow USA hockey, knew that and just grinded it out.
Yeah.
Slow. Watch Denver just whittle the life out of BC. So
Yep.
I will say for teams in my neck of the woods, it's not our year. Uh,
Yeah.
as a locker room problem, I think one's got a coaching problem. Talking to a lot of Boston College season ticket holders, I do believe Mr. Brown is out this year. If they don't make the Frozen Four, that's been the consensus amongst a lot of the season ticket holders, the alums, etc., the guys who are signing his contract.
Wow.
So
Huh. Okay. I guess the writing's on the wall there.
we'll see. This is I've been hearing this since Christmas from these guys.
Okay.
So that's to keep an eye on.
Okay. All right. Well, wow, man. I'll tell you what. That's okay. I'm really excited about how the landscape of college/junior hockey is going to change starting next year with the change of all the things that are going to happen. Look, I'm really excited about the Frozen Four this year, and we got a lot of teams that are vying for shots. We got a lot of teams that are all up in it. Um, I like the perspective that you have, Mike, on on the teams and what's going on, and I like the insight on the teams as well too. And this is why we like to have guys like this that come on to the show here, so we can. It helps us learn. My helps the viewers learn because we're all trying to learn how to see this game differently and to be a part of this game in any way we can. And it's great to see people that are that dedicated to looking at the game like that. You know what I mean? So thanks, Mike. Appreciate it, man.
Um, if,
So so for sure, man. So what we're gonna do next is this. We got it's we're getting to that point now where we're starting to play playoff games and things of that nature, right? So if you were to say make a prediction on who you think is going to be Frozen Four, do you want to go that far?
yeah.
Or yeah, we can go. Let's do that. Who do you think is going to be who's your Frozen Four pick?
My
Not
four,
not the one that's going to win, but the four teams you think are going to be in it.
Quinnipiac, Michigan, Michigan State, and then I do believe it's going to be Minnesota Duluth. And I'm well aware I'm wearing a North Dakota jersey, picking the
Okay, right. So I'm just like,
I what jersey I'm wearing. And I will say this for those that don't know me, there are two teams outside of Ohio State I can't stand, cannot stand them: the Denver Pioneers and the Duluth Bulldogs. But with that being said, as much as I am a fan, I am an analyst too. I like the Plant brothers.
yeah,
I like them a lot. I think they're better than the Mikulski brothers. And I said it earlier with Providence. Young team, they need to have that 1 year. Well, it's North Dakota's first year with their head coach. And I'm as same thing with the coach. When it comes to it's a tie game or a 1 goal game late in the third, and you need to make that decision as a coach. The Bulldogs coach has been there, done that. They won 3 out of 4. North Dakota's it's its first year. And I think it's going to come down to something like that, where it's Dakota versus either Duluth or Western.
yeah,
And experience plays. I will say it. Experience
yeah.
scenario. So it pains me to say the Fighting Sioux or the Fighting Hawks. Now I apologize. Will not be there, but I do believe it will be the two Michigan teams, Duluth and Quinnipiac. I'll even say this: on February 12th, I actually placed a bet on Quinnipiac to win it all at 25-1, and I'm loving my pick. Loving it.
So far, yeah. I mean, dude, we have a Prospect Watch alum that went to Quinnipiac. Um, Yanif Peretz.
You had Peretz?
Yes, sir.
I got to shake his hand the year he
Yeah.
won it all. I
He's now playing for the Reading Royals.
I ran into him when he was playing Harvard, and I immediately
Mhm.
I was like, wait, you're gonna. I love getting to the games. That's a fun fact, guys who come up in the Northeast. If you get to games like 2.5, 3 hours early, they actually will let you in, and you
Yeah.
talk to the players as they're in their sweats before they're getting popcorn, they're getting sodas, grabbing Gatorades. Like you can actually go in and talk to him. He was one of the guys. I'm like, I want to talk to the goalies, and they said, all right, the goalies are over here, and I actually got to shake his hand in like a 5 minute conversation with them. So that was really cool. It's awesome.
Pretzel's a good guy,
Is
right? He's a good guy, man.
trophy
But
man.
yeah, I mean, and he's man, he's a really good goalie too. And he had a stint down there with the Carolina Hurricanes, and then he came back up here to. He was brought in by for Lehigh, and then because of the two goalies they have there, they put him down at Reading. So he's now playing for the Reading Royals, Yaniv Perez, and he's doing pretty good. He's playing pretty good down there, man. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. He's another Prospect Watch alum too, is Yaniv Perez. So I've talked to a lot of kids, man. you
A lot of
know,
ones. You got
it is, and it's great, man. It's great. All right. I agree with you. I like your pick for the Frozen Four. I agree. I think both Michigan and Michigan State's going to be there. I love the Quinnipiac pick. I really think that's a good one. And I also agree that because of North Dakota's youth and same thing with Providence, those two teams are going to be those two teams that, they're going to make it into the grade eight probably, but that's probably where they're going to, or they might, you know what I mean? They might make it that far and then might lose it out there, or they might lose it in the Sweet 16, but we'll see how that goes. But I really like your pick for the Final Four there. So I'll agree with that 100%.
it.
Yeah.
If anyone out there disagrees with me, I'm never going to be a hater. So just
Hey, now look, it's all this is his opinion. This is my opinion. This is all about an opinion, right? We all have our opinions, right? But I like to present as much information to the audience, to you folks out there, as I possibly can, so you can have a much learned opinion about what you're doing and who you're picking and why you're following the teams that you're following. If we're following them, maybe you should too. You know what I mean? So, hey, Mike, thank you very much for hopping on here, man.
Oh, dude, anytime at all. It's a blast. I will say, being a Penn State fan, all you Penn State fans need to tune in to Harvard Cornell, and you're going to be the biggest Cornell fans out there right now. So that's what I will say. That game kicks off at 4 o'clock Eastern time.
Hey, yep,
Uh,
there you go.
Go Big Red if you're a Penn State fan. I would really be with them getting a win.
Yeah, we're rooting for that too. Yeah, because I'm a Penn State guy. I mean, I watched the football team for since I was 10, and then got to cover the team at the semifinals last year in Allentown. And I interviewed Aiden Fink, who now has 100 games with Penn State, and I also interviewed Jackson Smith, who now plays for the team as well. And I got to go to the press conference and talk to Coach Godowski and got to talk to the players. Got to meet Aiden Fink was there that game, and so that was really cool. So I guess you could say I'm pretty much deep blue. Yeah, So, hey, Mike, why don't you tell the folks where we can find you and where we can get all the great stuff that you put out there, man?
So, guys, I do a show called The Coffee Show on Sports Beard. My co-host Jeremiah Maxwell, aka Sports Beard. So YouTube that you can find as well. My name is Boston Degenerate. I also post a lot of game stuff. I'm checking back pick. So you can find him there. You can TikTok as well as Boston Degenerate. You guys turn in Ron. I appreciate it very much. For those that like stuff, Mike McMahon this Thursday at 1 p.m.
Yeah, be sure to check out. Be sure to get up there with the Boston Degenerate and follow in all social platforms. We'll have links in the description here. So you guys can all like stuff out. Be sure to link to all that stuff too. Thank you all very much for tuning in and checking us out, man. You can follow Prospect Watch at Prospect Watch 23 on X. I'm also on Instagram as well too. You can find me on X at RNJ_me. That's RNJ_media. Thank you very much for tuning in and checking us out. This has been the NCAA playoff special on Prospect Watch. Okay, one.
Good.